Hey guys, it's Francis. Today is Friday, January 24th, 2025. This is my trade review. We'll start off with the market. I had a neutral bearish bias today, just because when it opened on the SPYs, actually we'll look at it here, it didn't really clear anything. And this was kind of like a double top, if you will. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, fifth day up in a row. I didn't think that was going to happen, or it was going to be a lot tougher. Q's pretty much the same thing, right? Like I was gonna short it right up here. I don't think it ever went back to that point. Yeah, so that was a daily high, pulled back. I was waiting for potentially a double top. It just never happened, so that was that. We'll start off with the trade that I did make. This was Microsoft, the first trade. Honestly, wasn't really that great, but this is what I saw with the trade. I saw that it hold this blue trend line that I drew right here, kind of like previous day's low, right there. You kind of see it on the hourly. That's kind of like where the support is. I like that it bounced up, kind of chopped around, and it finally broke through this little wedge area, and I got in at 445.10 to account for spread by 440. So I was going to give it down here. And as it pulled back, I like that it held the 20 MA. But what concerned me was the market. So I went in here, right here. The market looks like it pushed up, but it's still in a downtrend. And I wasn't confident at that point. It was still under VWAP, under 20 moving average. Let's see the other time frames. Other timers still pretty much the same, right? The 20 is coming down. I just was not confident in how this was going to hold. So as you can see on this graph, I decided to sell. Oops, where's those arrows? Anyways, I decided to, that's why MSFT. I decided to sell, and you can see I sold it right here, pretty much for break evens, like a quarter of an hour. So that was the trade. Second trade I took was AMD. Pretty much the same thing. I saw that AMD kind of hold this little area right here, and then it bounced. I felt like there was some significance with this up move. 1, 2, 3 up moves on the 5-minute, pulls back to an area of previous day's high right here. Rising 20 MA on this line here, and then on the light blue line, the 9 EMA. And that's exactly where I end up getting in. I got in at 124. I gave it to 130, 23.60, and it popped relatively quick. This was a scalp, so I was only aiming for 1R, and up going to 2R right here. So that was relatively painless, I would say. All in all, it was 1.18R for the trades I did. Now let's look at some other stuff. I was actually eyeing NVDA at one point. I marked these guys if I were to trade options. 1, 2, 3, 4 bars, and then fifth bar on volume. This is where I would have taken it right as it broke through here. I would have bought the calls at 146, and I would have sold it right here. And the reason why was this was an area of previous support, now resistance. And you can see it tried to break multiple times and never happened. I don't know if this was going to be 30 cents. I mean, this is 50 cents on the stock. I don't know if it's going to be 30 cents on options, but this is where I would have sold. Maybe not on the first bar, maybe not on the second bar, and maybe not even on the third bar. But as on the fourth bar, you just got the 9 EMA coming through, you got to make the move. The other one which I marked was XOM. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 red bars in a row. You're kind of in a little support area that I drew right here between those two orange lines. I would have taken it on here at 108.80, right? And then just traded back up to the 20 EMA. Yeah, I think with the double bounce would have been even better because it didn't push back down here. I don't know if I would have added, but I would have traded back up to like 109 at least, right? 109.20, like right there. So all in all, not too bad. The market still continues to be choppy, but pretty happy to be in positive. 1.18R. Could have done a little bit better, but all things considered, not a bad day. Thank you.